Hi, I'm Keith Allen, and I play Murphy on Z Nation, and I listen to One Up Gaming Podcast.
Hello, Andy. This is Colin. I won't be able to get in tonight. I'm sweating all big. I'm sweating all big. I'm sweating all big. I'm sweating all big.
December 7th, 1941. The Japanese unleash a devastating attack against Pearl Harbor, dealing a painful blow to the Pacific Fleet. More than 2,000 American servicemen perish while attempting to repel the onslaught. And although the attack fails to knock out the strategically important aircraft carriers, it succeeds in shaking the American people to the core. Entering the war is no longer a choice. It is a necessity. On December 11, Nazi Germany declares war against the United States. Just a few days later, Operation Paukenschlag is put in motion by the commander of U-boats, Karl Dönitz. This long-range operation is an attempt to cripple the U.S. merchant fleet, which holds a key role in supplying Great Britain in its struggle against Hitler. All along the U.S. East Coast, German U-boats sink hundreds of American tankers and cargo ships, slowly tightening the noose around the neck of Great Britain. It is clear that without American support to their war effort, Britain's survival will be measured not in months, but in weeks. With the majority of its might focused on fighting the Japanese in the Pacific, the U.S. Navy is left with very few anti-submarine vessels available for the Atlantic theater, not even remotely enough to introduce an efficient convoy system that could protect the merchant fleet from the U-boats. The bloodbath continues for months, and the fire from burning tankers becomes a common sight from the shores of the East Coast. The survival of Great Britain now hangs by a thread. Finally, in May 1942, the U.S. Navy manages to muster enough anti-submarine ships to put the convoy system into effect. Now, with the help of the Royal Canadian Navy, merchant ships are escorted along the U.S. coast to form convoys around Newfoundland. Only then are they ready, having been joined by their guardian angels, to set out on the perilous journey across the Atlantic. At last, the steel wolves of Dönitz will be facing a challenge. They are about to meet a whole new breed of enemy. Fast, maneuverable, and more than capable of sending a submarine to the bottom. The Fletcher-class destroyer.
Jansen arriving.
Good evening, Captain. All preparations for getting underway are on schedule. The XO is already on board, as are the department heads. 2 boilers are lit off and building steam. Everything is on track for a dawn departure.
Very well, thank you.
Executive officer to the officer's wardroom.
We have been assigned to lead a very small formation. The bad news is that the only other escort we have is about as slow and lightly armed as some of the merchant ships we're traveling with.
That is bad news indeed. Weren't we supposed to have more escorts?
I was hoping for that too, but our convoy and routing division does not have enough of them apparently. The Canadians are helping as much as they can, but until they send the next wave of reinforcements, we will have to make do with less.
And what are we up against?
The U-boat threat has been rather limited recently, so that seems like good news for our friends from the Merchant Navy.
Anything in there about air support?
PBYs taking off from western bases should be available early in the crossing, but then nothing until we get closer to our destination.
And what does the weather report say?
Not bad, XO, but not good either. Typical North Atlantic weather for this time of year. We have been through worse.
If that is all, then let's get a good night's sleep. It may be the last one we get for a while.
And so it begins, my first Atlantic pass. Let's just hope it won't be the last. There are so many things I do not know. Very little is under my control. The crew has been trained, but few have seen actual battle. How will they respond when facing the enemy? How will I respond? The Jansen is the most capable ship in the convoy. It is fast, maneuverable, and heavily armed. I feel anxious for the merchant crews. They truly are sitting ducks. Their only protection is this ship and the single Canadian escort. We are to rendezvous with the RCN at Halifax. I hope the crew can take some liberty there. With only 2 escorts, it will be difficult to protect the convoy from all sides. We will have to focus on priority contacts. If at least one U-boat gets through, this can easily turn into a bloodbath. The weather forecast looks to be okay. We can use breaks to get some training in between passing storms. Some good news, we should get some aircraft escorts, most probably for the first and last third of the trip. Only the middle section is out of range for our planes. Allied intelligence thinks that there are a few U-boats along our path, suggesting low chances of enemy contact. I really hope that is correct, but my gut tells me otherwise.
Bloodhound, this is Black Cat. Air support, over convoy. ETA, 30 minutes.
Cortron, this is Bloodhound. Possible sub, bearing.
136.
Range
290.
from Bloodhound.
Roger, Bloodhound. Continue to evaluate your contact and attack if warranted.
Roger, evaluate and prosecute. Bloodhound out.
Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 137. Range 2,700 yards. Estimated depth shallow.
Lookouts. Anything at 137. I see nothing. Bearing 137.
Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 139. Range 2,600 yards. Estimated depth shallow.
Contact. Able. Coming in much more strongly. I evaluate as a definite contact.
Captain I. Officer of the deck, set general quarters.
Set general quarters. Aye. General quarters. General quarters. All hands man your battle stations. Set conditions zebra throughout the ship.
Stern depth charge, detail manned and ready. Main battery ports manned and ready. Engineering officer watch reports engineering manned and ready. Zebra set. 4 boilers online. Max speed 32 knots. Electric plant split. All fire pumps online.
Very well.
Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 141.
Range 2,400 yards. Very strong propeller noise. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 143. Range 2,300 yards. Estimated depth shallow.
5 degrees left.
Rudder 5 degrees left. Aye, sir. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 146. Range 2,100 yards. Estimated depth shallow.
Rudder 25 degrees left.
Rudder 25 degrees left. Aye, sir.
Rudder 5 degrees right.
Rudder 5 degrees right. Aye, sir.
Combat sonar. Lost contact. Able. Last bearing 146. Last range
2,000 yards.
Stand by to fire.
All engines ahead full.
All engines ahead full. Aye, sir.
New course 047. Course 047. Aye, sir. New course 312. Course 312. Aye, sir. New course 120. Course 120. Aye, sir. New course 135. Course 135. Aye, sir. New course 150. Course 150. Aye, sir. All engines ahead 1/3.
All engines ahead 1/3. Aye, sir.
Surface radar has a new contact. Bearing 187. Range 4,700 yards.
Bridge combat. New surface contact from radar. Bearing 187. Range 4,700 yards. I designate contact.
Baker. Time 4:32.
New course, 187.
Course 187. Aye, sir.
General Grant is sinking.
Stand by to fire.
We've lost General Grant. All ships, maneuver to avoid.
Load illumination rounds. Start tracking contact. Target acquired. Illuminate. 2, 3. Load point detonating rounds. Fire. Load illumination round.
Mississippi Delta is sinking.
Load point detonating rounds.
We've lost Mississippi Delta. All ships, maneuver to avoid.
New course 238. Course 238. Aye, sir. All engines ahead full.
All engines ahead full. Aye, sir.
Stand by to fire. Fire. On target. On target. Start tracking contact. Target acquired. Fire. Target bearing. 272. Range. 1,200 yards. On target. Fire. On target. Fire. Fire. On target. Target bearing. 296. Range. 1,000 yards. Fire. On target. Fire. Fire. Fire.
Lost contact. Baker, last bearing 311. Last range 900 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie regained. Contact able. Bearing 325. Range 1,600 yards from Bloodhound.
Stand by to fire.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact able. Bearing 339. Range 1,600 yards from Bloodhound.
New course 341. Course 341. Aye, sir.
Stand by to fire.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact able. Bearing 352. Range 1,800 yards from Bloodhound.
Rising Star has been torpedoed and is taking on water.
Surface radar has regained contact. Baker, bearing 016. Range 1,500 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 359. Range 1,500 yards from Bloodhound.
We've lost Rising Star. All ships, maneuver to avoid.
Stand by to fire.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 003. Range 1,200 yards from Bloodhound.
Stand by to fire.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 004. Range 1,100 yards from Bloodhound.
Stand by to fire.
Lost contact. Baker, last bearing 018. Last range 1,000 yards. New course 021. Course 021. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 007. Range 1,100 yards from Bloodhound.
Stand by to fire.
Bloodhound, this is Black Cat. Air support over convoy. ETA.
Load illumination rounds. Illuminate 085. Load point detonating rounds.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 008. Range 1,000 yards from Bloodhound.
Bridge, poor lookout. Object 2/3 to the horizon. Bearing 009. Appears to be periscope feather.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 009. Range 1,000 yards from Bloodhound.
Stand by to fire. Load illumination rounds. Load point detonating rounds.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 012. Range 900 yards from Bloodhound.
New course 014. Course 014. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 016. Range 800 yards from Bloodhound.
Stand by to fire.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 020. Range 700 yards from Bloodhound.
Sonar, this is the captain.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 025. Range 700 yards from Bloodhound.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 027. Appears to be periscope feather.
Active
Fire.
search.
1. Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 029. Appears to be periscope feather.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 031. Range 600 yards from Bloodhound.
Stand by to fire.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 035. Appears to be periscope feather.
Stand by to fire.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 037. Range 500 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 044. Range 500 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 048. Range 500 yards from Bloodhound.
Stand by to fire.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 051. Range 500 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 055. Range 600 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 059. Range 600 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 063. Range 600 yards from Bloodhound.
All engines ahead standard.
All engines ahead standard.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 068. Range 700 yards from Bloodhound.
New course 063. Course 063. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 079. Range 600 yards from Bloodhound.
Ready depth charges. Deep pattern.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 101. Range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
Fire 2. Fire 3.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 160. Range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar. Regained contact. Baker. Bearing 144.
Relative. Range 800 yards.
Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 152. Relative. Range 1,100 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 154. Relative. Range 1,200 yards. Bearing steady.
Stand by to fire.